Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Lane, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
It's Bobbin.
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
Christ, that was a process.
We've been sitting here for about 45 minutes
Listen,
trying to get this show to start.
Don't talk about our creative process.
Our creative process is very different than most.
We got to get in the right mindset for this.
Right, Ryan is the one trying to keep us on track today. Well, Ryan, what's our first topic then? Let's go.
Trades we'd like to see. First of all,
in the NFL.
Deadline's
in the
tomorrow?
NFL, yes. Trade deadline's tomorrow.
By the time we post it, so it'll
Tomorrow
be at
4?
Yeah,
4.
Yeah.
Tuesday at 4.
Well, first one right at the top, it's going to be a popular name, but Odell. And I want to see, you know what? This would be a total of them move. Odell to the Cowboys.
What?
Bitch.
No, he wouldn't get to play.
They don't need him to.
Then why would they trade for him?
Hey, we're just going to give up more.
Tell me, what I said? Total Cowboys move.
I don't think it is this year, though.
It is.
I know it
because
Jerry,
they didn't draft an offensive player in the draft. Jerry's still fiending for an offensive player.
I thought you were going to say
I don't think so. I think Jerry's...
Jerry,
Listen, I'm not saying Jerry's a competent owner, but I'm saying I don't think he's targeting a wide... They have
so
three.
many. They have so many now.
We haven't even talked about the fact that Michael Gallup is coming off IR in a week, not even. They'll be...
You still got Cooper.
I'm just saying, if it happens, will you be surprised?
Yes.
That's crazy to me. I wouldn't be.
See,
I wouldn't be surprised if Odell moves, but Dallas...
Whoa. No, I remember saying at the beginning of the season or the offseason, I think the Browns should move on from Odell. He doesn't fit in the system, and I'm not saying he's untalented or anything, but he's talented. But I could see him going to the Green Bay Packers, or I would love if the Patriots did it, because he would easily be number one on the Patriots.
I don't know if it's a chemistry thing this year. He's not healthy. Two, the Browns are not healthy.
I think the Browns as a whole aren't healthy.
The
I
Browns
just think
are
it's more
fucked this year.
I think they're just more focused on the in between the numbers, where Odell likes to be on the outside. I know we can do it all. But it's a heavy run system that I feel like that's what they ride with.
Well, yeah. First off, they play in Cleveland. The weather in Cleveland is literally atrocious. So of course they're going to be a run heavy scheme. But I don't know. I think Odell has just underperformed solely on the fact that one, he's hurt, and two, there's no the Browns are just one big fucking dumpster fire right now of trying to keep healthy people on the field.
They're a hospital.
They're literally a
hospital.
They're an in-and-out clinic,
yes.
an urgent care. It is bad. But I think there's been no ability for Odell to build any sort of chemistry with Baker. He hasn't been on the field. He's hurt every 20 minutes.
And I get that. I just think the Patriots, the Browns should move on. I don't think it would be the Cowboys. Realistically, I think it would be more the Packers, because they are trying to do anything they can to keep Aaron Rodgers there. So if they get him Odell, then that's maybe a little more enticing. As a Patriots fan, of course, I'd love to have Odell because our receivers aren't great.
I don't even know if I'd like to have Odell right now.
Yeah.
He does.
I
not
know.
No. If you clearly not give up.
Don't get me wrong. I like Odell.
I would give up a third for Odell.
Oof.
All right, listen.
I think that's even a little high.
Yeah, if we gave up a fucking
Zach
sixth,
Ertz was a fourth, and he's
he's
the third best tight end in the league.
I'm just saying it would be nice to
hot
take
right
there,
dude. The other right now, Kittle's hurt.
Kelsey, Andrews,
Waller.
I'd put Waller above Ertz.
Then
Noah
Ertz.
Fant I'd probably put above.
Oh, wrong. Mm-mm.
He's the fifth.
I'm telling you, Zach Ertz is one of the best tight ends in the league.
Either way, I would give up a third for Odell just because he is in the middle of his prime. I know he's hurt, but it's you get that solidified wide receiver for the Patriots. I think realistically, once again, the Packers would be willing to give up more just because it's not so much, we get Odell. We want to keep.
Do we even
Aaron
know
Rodgers.
if Odell's on the block?
No, I don't think he is. I just think it's more speculative. There's not a lot of guys on the block right now. I mean, not really. It's kind of a quiet trade deadline, it sounds like. You're going to see maybe
unless
a couple...
Deshaun Watson goes anywhere, but that's not...
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think that... because nobody...
I think if you're a fucking GM, or if you're a... whatever, head honcho... If you're looking at...
GM.
Yeah. If you're looking at Deshaun Watson right now, I mean, you got to be positive this dude's innocent. Because if he's innocent, this is the ultimate buy low right here.
Well, that's the thing. Either this trade gets to either a team gets him for virtually nothing, or the Houston Texans get Deshaun Watson for
Houston's not going to
house load.
Houston's not going to let him go until this is done because they realize right now is selling low. If they wait, the problem is if Houston knows that he's innocent or Houston thinks that he's innocent, they're going to hold on to him. Because if they hold on to him, they can sell high later. Yeah. They're like, okay, he's fine. He had a year off. Who wants him?
Then there wouldn't be any rumors, though.
Well, of course, if the reason there's rumors is because if you're another GM, if you're on the out, if you're not Houston, you're looking in. This is the ultimate buy low. You're risking it because you have no idea if he's gonna pan out.
I don't think
this is the lowest you're going to be able to get him for.
I don't think he's going to get moved. Odell.
I don't think so
even
either.
think Odell's going to get moved. But I said even at the beginning of the season, they should move on from Odell. The chemistry's just not there, and I know injuries is a big factor in that, so that's not entirely fair.
Yeah, I think a lot more injuries than they haven't had time. There's been no time to build any sort of repertoire.
I would move on from Odell.
Rapport.
I don't think it's repertoire. I think it's rapport.
I gotta Google that.
I'm pretty sure it's rapport. I think repertoire is more of a. I know what you're going for. I'm pretty sure it's rapport though.
Sounds fancy. I liked it.
They're both fancy.
Ryan goes to college. He's a communications major.
I did not.
I mean, I have two other trade scenarios, but like, do you guys? What's your first one? Did you cover it already?
A small one this one is for the Patriots. Desean Jackson. If we could give up like a 7th rounder for the Patriots to get him, just to give Mac Jones that option of a deep threat.
Another speed guy.
Right. I don't want him to always just shoot it down the field like risk it for the biscuit, but I want him to have that guy who gives him an opportunity to do that. I know Aguilar does it a little.
That was Aguilar. That's what Aguilar broke out last season with Vegas. That's what he did. Like, I don't know why we didn't use him. We're not using him more in that aspect.
Right. And then I would only want to give up like a 7th or maybe a 6th rounder for Desean Jackson, just because
on the other wrong side of 32. So I mean.
That's where I would not want to give up a lot for him.
6th,
but he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys where he might have an 80-yard game, but it's off 2 receptions, a 5-yard reception, and a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
But that's all I want him there for.
Still a burner. So,
I think.
Yeah, he still has wheels.
It would give Mac Jones the opportunity to throw it downfield more, even though I do think they're opening up the playbook a little more for Mac,
which is nice.
It's nice to see. And we'll get into the Patriots a little later, but right now trade deadline.
Right.
I know that's actually they have agreed. Desean Jackson and the Rams have mutually agreed to look for a trade.
Yeah.
So I think it's a possible thing. Give up small assets for, I would say, a developing step for Mac Jones. Is that
just an extra? Well, see, the reason you'd go after Desean Jackson this year if you're the Patriots is because you think you have a shot. And do you think we have a shot? Well, you're not. I don't think we can win right now. But if you add, like, if you think Deshaun Watson is Desean Jackson.
Yeah.
If you think Desean Jackson is still has his deep threat potential, which I think he does, do you think he would like fill in one of our holes? Like, if you're going for it, you kind of trade away the future for right now. Deshaun Watson would be a guy who would fill in. I gotta stop. Deshaun Jackson would be a guy who would fill in. He'd fill a niche role, and it's like, do you leverage that? It's like I would give up because, like he said, he's on the wrong side of 30. It's not a guy you're going to re-sign. No, it's just kind of like you're trading away that one future pick or whatever it takes. I would assume a 6th rounder.
I would give up a 6th rounder for helping Mac develop. I would easily do that.
I don't know if it'll help him develop because, like he said, we still have Nelson Aguilar.
I think actually, well, I mean, it depends on like what you mean by develop because I feel like a move like that might help you win a wild card game.
That's what I mean.
I just think it gives Mac another option down the field.
Does it help you go farther though?
Well, like, if you win a wild card game, first of all, it's a playoff win. That's a development in Mac's career,
and it gives huge confidence to the whole. I mean, we'll get into the more.
You win a wild card game, you're playing. Regardless, you're playing 2 playoff games.
Right.
Regardless,
but it's that first win hump is so big.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, because like if you lose in the playoffs, you're done. So
well, look at what Lamar took him a little while.
That's what I mean,
bro. Look at Andy Dalton.
Oof.
Fucking 4 or 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I don't think Desean Jackson so much would give the Patriots a huge jump in like, oh wow, they could really make a deep run or anything. I just think it helps the team show what Mac Jones can do.
Yeah.
I think that's the bigger takeaway from it. Once again, if they're like, we want a 3rd for Desean Jackson, I'd be like, no.
Oh, piss off.
Even if they were like, we'll take a 5th, I'd be like, no.
Wow. His asking price isn't that high.
Right. And I don't think it is. And that's why I think it'd be, because it's not going to be a blockbuster trade. I think it'd just be a small little move.
I like how we all went wide receivers. Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah.
There's no chemistry with Justin Fields. They have a lot more going on.
He's also franchise tagged. He's been wanting out anyway.
Yeah, he's got a...
Where do you think he moves to?
I don't know.
Where do you want it?
Well, Atlanta would be a decent spot. Calvin Ridley basically just fucking retired.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like, whatever's going on with that, like...
Yeah, I hope he's okay. But
whatever
like,
it is, walks away, okay. But as a business standpoint now...
Atlanta, I think, would be decent.
You just traded Julio Jones because you're like, oh, we have Calvin Ridley. And then he walks away. You're like, okay, now we just have Kyle Pitts.
That's rough.
You just lost your top 2 weapons right there in a season.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is great and all, but he's still young, and you need wide receivers.
Calvin Ridley's
whatever's going on with
whatever's
that.
going on.
But adding Allen Robinson to that, I think would be huge. What do you think they would have to give up though?
I don't know. Allen Robinson still got it. He's 28. Probably making like $14 million a year right now, but it's only the 1 year. So wherever he goes, you're gonna re-sign him, or you're gonna try to re-sign him.
Have to.
Do you know his contract situation at all?
Franchise tag.
He's franchise tagged. Remember?
So he's a 1 year, like 14 mil.
That's the risk where it's like, do you do it because?
Well, if you have the cap space right now, it's irrelevant.
But he might want to go hit the free agent market. That's the thing. He doesn't have to extend with whatever team he gets traded to.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
So that's a big risk.
Do you do that to Fields though?
There's no chemistry. There's no.
Fields showed out last week.
Yeah, and Allen Robinson got 5 points.
Yeah, him and Allen
Darnell. Listen, I like what they have with Darnell Mooney. I like Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
I think they're a running football team first, anyways, especially with Montgomery back there.
Yeah.
Their line needs work. I think they can use a trade with Allen Robinson, especially if you can get Allen Robinson to agree to re-sign with that team before the trade happens. If they're like,
it's
hey,
kind
we're
of
gonna
tough, but you can get a feel for it.
I know it's tough, but you can kind of. I think they can get more out of different positions than Allen Robinson at wide receiver, especially if you trade him away for, a third and like some offensive lineman or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to cost.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it'd be like a huge blockbuster kind of like.
Him to Green Bay would be fucking sick.
I think Green Bay is going to
Devontae Adams and Allen Robinson would be
there's
awesome.
no way they trade him to Green Bay.
No,
There's
it would
not
never
a
would.
chance.
No
way.
No, but
I do think the Packers do try to make a move at wide receiver or something because, I mean, look at what Aaron Rodgers did against the Cardinals without his top 3 weapons. You bring them back, plus let's say you add an Odell or Robinson. Let's say Robinson in the situation. They're not going to get him, but
no,
it's just...
I gotta stop yawning.
Yeah.
This is what I get. You made me skip the coffee.
Anyway.
You skipped the coffee.
Yeah, I woke up late.
But yeah, no, I do think the Packers are going to be true players in this trade deadline for an offensive weapon just to try to make Rodgers happy.
I do agree.
But he looks like a senior knowing that it's his last year and just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm out of here. I'm gone.
You did not pass. What?
So another trade scenario I have is I don't know if Seattle will do it just because they're so bad in the secondary anyway, but Jamal Adams to the Bucks.
4.
I don't know.
He's got a high asking price.
Well, the problem with that too is the Bucks don't have any cap.
But we've said this time and time again as Patriots fans, the cap means jack shit.
Once again, if I'm Tom Brady, I take pay cuts so fast to get any assets,
especially on defense.
At this point, it's not for money.
Because that secondary is just. I mean, Trevor Siemian did that to him too.
Well, don't forget, they're getting. As the year progresses, they should be getting more people back. So it's more.
You know that for sure, though?
I think there's a couple people. I forget.
You know that for sure before you say it.
I heard this like 2 weeks ago. I forget where I heard it from.
With the injuries being so early in the year that it's possible.
Well, there's only the one guy who fucking snapped his elbow who's not coming back.
I just threw it out there, but like, it couldn't, like...
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt.
Well, it's Jamal Adams. It wouldn't hurt on any team.
Okay, say if that happens, though, could you imagine that team? Just think of the big names. I know. Let's say even Richard Sherman comes back. I know he's not what he used to be, but just the names on that team.
Didn't he get hurt?
Yeah, he did.
I'm not surprised.
He got hurt like the second week playing.
They
rushed him in,
which sucks because I hate to see that. Not that I'm a huge Richard Sherman guy, but you just don't like to see that happen.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he's not a big coverage guy, though. He's more just like, I'm going to crush you.
It wouldn't hurt. They use him in Seattle as they give Jamal Adams free reign to just do whatever he thinks he should. Like, he's reading lines. He's like, basically everybody else does their own. No, but he is everywhere. Like, everybody else kind of does their own, like, they're designed to do. And Jamal Adams is basically a free fucking range chicken.
There's some guys that get that range.
Well, that's him. He's a guy. He's not the best coverage guy, but he causes more problems just running around trying to read what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
and like adapting during the play than most people in the league. So like he is very. Jamal does his thing. We'll all cover our stuff. And like if you watch him play, like he's
a good player.
He's phenomenal. He's wicked good. I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think they'll.
I don't think so either. But like I mean,
that's
like
he's their defense.
I think the bigger problem with Adams, if say he did get traded to the Bucks, does that really fix their coverage problem?
No.
No, but
no.
like
I know what you did. It doesn't.
Nothing.
It doesn't hurt. But how much does it help? Don't be wrong.
Well, I mean,
nobody's running the ball against them.
Now to think about it, like if the Bucks did anything, they're probably going to try to go pick some of the guys out of Philly. Like some of those guys, like I mean, like C grade dudes, like just.
Although Philly's playing like decent football, right? They're 4-4, aren't they?
We all know they're sellers. They're not doing.
Are
anything.
they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they are.
I don't know.
I don't really think they're big buyers right now, but I think they're just kind of.
I
think it's just like we're gonna see this year. We're not really gonna make any moves. We're gonna see what is.
I don't think a lot of people are moving this year. Like
it's gonna be a quiet trade deadline. I think
this is honestly one of the most quiet because a lot of these teams are still middle of the pack. Like there's the gap between the teams that are going to make it and the teams that could make it are a lot smaller.
That's true.
And there's not a lot
usual.
of usually guys get traded at this point because there's some conflict with the team. Or
I'm not seeing like even Allen Robinson. Like he hasn't done shit all year, and he's a guy who I haven't heard anything from.
Because
like that was just literally
nobody's willing to risk trading a lot for him because if it's like, what team do you add him to where it's like, oh, he brings us to that next step. Also,
he'd be great on the Pats. I know we keep saying receivers, but
he would be, and I get that. But it's like also he's probably going to want to go hit that free agent market. Mm-hmm. So it's guys like that where it's like,
do you trade a 3rd round pick and get
1 year
half a season out of Allen Robinson?
I got one more.
Hit us with it.
Interesting. Guys got tenure on his contract. Brandon Cooks reunion with the Patriots.
How much money is he making?
I do think.
Well, I mean, it's just the numbers look kind of weird here on the contracts. We're talking like right now the year. Okay, actually, sorry.
So the thing, I think
$5.5 million.
That's it.
Dead money's 10 though.
I could see Brandon Cooks getting moved just because Houston is such a mess. Get some assets. He's not going to be around for the long haul because of talent wise. He's getting older. He's up there. Was he 28 now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But like, I'm just saying, like.
Kind of the same thing with Desean Jackson, where it gives Mac Jones that ability to throw it deep, but also he'd be around longer than a year.
That's my whole point.
I like Brandon Cooks.
Well, and also
I would give up a little more for Brandon Cooks than Desean.
Yes,
Jackson.
I agree because there's there's the contract there, and like you can also you can restructure that. If Brandon ended up still liking it here,
and he's younger.
And he's younger. Yeah,
Yeah. I was gonna think. I was also thinking prime Desean Jackson, but nowadays
he's better.
Yeah,
but like, I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Like I said, like I mean,
a lot of receivers that could move,
and like that would be.
That's all I'm really thinking of.
That would be a good number one for Mac.
Be a better number one.
Yeah, like I mean, not a solidified, bona fide number one.
Not
like
like
if another guy came in, it's his number one. No, like
no, but Cooks is a good receiver. He'd be better than any receiver we have.
The only thing I hate about Cooks is he's kind of soft. That's it.
That's. I mean, that's fair. But like, I feel like it'd just be a good little pickup for Mac. Plus, I think
I'm not against it at all.
And I think in Houston, it's just you saw that tweet he had.
Oh, he was pissed when they traded Mark Ingram.
Yeah,
he was like, "What are we doing?" I could see he's maybe one of the guys that is actually disgruntled because
that's what I mean. Like
he went Houston, bro. They're not making good decisions.
No, it's such a mess over there. I think Houston's gonna maybe not clean house, but get rid of.
They're gonna be the biggest sellers, I think.
Yeah, because it's like they need to start over.
I don't know who they have at all.
I was looking at the roster. It's realistically Brandon Cooks and Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
And Watson's really not moving right now, so you're probably just gonna get rid of Brandon Cooks.
Could maybe, although I would say trade Philip Lindsay or David Johnson maybe to fucking Tennessee.
Dude, I forget David Johnson's there.
But like,
Johnson to Tennessee, maybe.
But what big value to the? Ooh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry
being
Until
out.
January,
being
probably,
out. Yeah.
I think that actually, that I could see happen if they're just looking because they're gonna go sign some middle of the pack. They go
Burkhead and Lindsay as their running backs.
And honestly, Houston always signs 3 middle of the pack running backs every year. So what is the difference? They're gonna go do it next year. They always do that. It's insane. But yeah, no, I actually like David Johnson at the Titans because of the situation. They wouldn't have to give up a lot. It fills that need. It's not Derrick Henry, but
yeah, I don't know who I'd rather have though, AP or Derrick.
Oh yeah, there's rumors Adrian
David
Peterson's trying out for the
yeah. David
Johnson.
David. Yeah, I said Derek.
No,
I'm off with
The
names
answer is
right now.
David Johnson.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
yeah,
not both.
but
No,
Committee.
no.
it's an old
Adrian Peterson is. I mean,
I love AP, but
I would
he's
try
not
it.
even, he's not even in the league.
I would
anymore.
try it.
David,
It's a lot.
David is.
yeah.
You're trying to fill Derrick Henry's shoes, but that I
No,
whatever.
no,
I would,
you're
I would
you're
try.
not,
no
no,
shoes.
first of all, you're not asking anyone to fill his
You
shoes.
need them to fill like one of his shoes.
Yeah. And
You're
then-
not filling
yeah.
the second one.
Not even.
You're getting the big toe.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
You're getting the big toe.
Tannehill needs to pony up now, though. I'll tell you that much.
Ryan, my boy, you're gonna have to actually throw it.
Yeah.
Not you, Ryan.
No, I understand what you said.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Proud of you.
I understand. I'm with it,
Speaking of throwing, Patriots look phenomenal.
dude.
Mac Jones looks really good. It was a
phenomenal.
great game.
Good
Great game.
win. Good win.
We've been saying this. I forget what you guys said, but I've been saying this. The Patriots are a decent football team.
This is how I've always put it since the beginning of the year.
Beginning of time.
Beginning of a little after that. They're good, but they're young. So with them being young, they're inconsistent.
Yeah,
In 3 to 5 years, they're going to be a really good team.
I agree.
Not
But
even.
right now, but to get to my point, like right now, they're just young and inconsistent because you have games against the Saints where it's like, wow, it looks like
Oof.
they don't know how to play football. And then you have games against the Chargers where it's like, wait a second, that's a real team they just
Nah,
beat.
you know what's funny now
That's
is
a real team they just beat.
after the Saints played this week, I realized that the Saints are just the better football team, like a lot better. Like I think Saints could be a top 5 team.
Well, they also they have a good team, and like
No,
Sean Payton's also.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to discredit the Saints at all, but I also think the Patriots.
But that makes that loss look a lot better.
it does. The Patriots also, I think, just played very poorly that game.
Yeah.
That was
I
only-
agree. We played like shit.
Yeah,
But I think the win against the Chargers really shows it's like, oh, there is something here. And
Yeah.
they're not going to be contenders this year. Maybe win a wild card game. I think that's at the peak. The peak. And that's even a stretch, I think.
Well, just think about it. We also left probably 2 wins on the table too. That Miami game, it was in the bag.
Fumbled. Literally fumbled the
on
bag.
on what, the 15?
Literally fumbled the bag.
With like a minute left.
Yeah.
Like that's a dub that we just gave away. Also, Miami's only win on the season. Let's remember that. So that's awesome.
Talking about.
We didn't go for a 4th and 3 versus the Bucks, where we absolutely should have. Don't even start on that again because I'll go off for 10 minutes. That's 2 wins. That's 2 wins right there.
Yeah. Well,
That dude.
even if the Bucks, maybe the
Bro,
Bucks game.
we're talking
we get-
6-2 right now.
Well,
if
playing
that's
the Bucks
case.
playing the Bucks the way we did. The only bad game we really had was against the Saints.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
That was the only game where I'm like,
We
wow, we
left-
look like a shit football team.
We left games out there.
Yeah, the Bucks
It's a
game I
six-
can live with.
it's
I
a-
can. We played them great.
That one really hurts because that week you could tell there was just no sack in the whole.
It hurt. It hurt on that one play, but as far as the rest of the game, it was a good game,
That
well
was
fought
just-
game.
that- yeah, you say the one play like that, but that was the play.
That was the play. No, I agree.
But the
That's
fact
where
that
we
they
lost the
went
game.
toe to toe with Tom Brady,
Yeah,
I think that speaks volumes.
that's the takeaway.
I mean, fair enough, but like,
Yeah,
The team
Dude.
has potential to be 6-2 right now. That is what I'm looking at.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's at bare minimum 5-3
yeah.
because of the Miami game.
yes.
Because that one should have. Oh, that one should have been a layup.
That one hurt.
Like it was like the same situation as like literally like yesterday. Like we had the ball late in the game in their territory. We
Taking time off the
we
clock,
knew we
yeah.
were running the ball. I was like,
It was like
hold on to the football.
It was like a 7-minute drive, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
But like I said, it was at near the end of the game. We were running the ball. I was like, this is giving me Miami vibes. Please do not fumble.
Yeah.
Choose some clock. Kick the field goal.
No, but yesterday we won that game. The thing that I really liked is it was mistake-free football. It was very much we made the right plays at the right time. We weren't asking people to do anything outside of their own jobs. I mean, there were a couple big plays that needed to happen. Kendrick Bourne was it Bourne that almost had that crazy
Jacoby
catch?
Myers on the sideline.
Myers almost had that crazy catch. Like
Dying
Mac
by
Jones was
Mac
throwing
Jones.
dots yesterday.
He was.
And then running the football. We won the game on that one drive. That 7-minute drive was the most important drive.
And
of
also,
the game.
it was what really won the game was literally the defense. The pick six that gave us a lead, that was big. But you said mistake-free football. We were driving late in the game. I think it was
we had the one fumble.
But we were losing.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Our defense won the game because I think it was that drive after, like the Chargers drive after the fumble. That's the pick six happened. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're
quote
right.
me on that. I think
you're right.
either that or I'm very close to being correct.
And the fact that
I'll
they
take
got Justin Herbert's head there,
They
and
Herbert.
everybody.
Bill
Herbert
Belichick lives fucking rent free in Herbert's head.
Dude, it's weird.
Yeah,
And
This
Herbert
is
is
some
an absolute
quarterbacks, yeah.
baller. Like there's no, there's no denying it. Like he is a baller.
Yeah, there was actually, I forget who was saying this, but they're saying the numbers that Mac Jones is putting up as a rookie now, were mirroring numbers that Justin Herbert put up, Deshaun Watson put up, but and people were like, and it's weird because when Herbert and Watson were putting up those numbers, people were like, oh, this is like the guy. This is like, you can tell this is that.
Do we have the touchdowns? Does he have the touchdowns?
Yeah, dude,
yes.
he's leading.
Way.
Dude, yeah,
Really?
dude, he's leading all rookies in touchdowns, yardage, and completion percentage. That's a fact. They put that up in.
No,
they put that up in the
that-
game.
Well, what
I
is
wouldn't
that?
be shocked
Where
with.
does that sit in the league, though?
He's leading all rookies.
That's
This is what I'm
different.
saying.
I-
Yeah, but there's
but you're
4
trying-
rookies. Zach Wilson doesn't
Ooh,
count.
Davis
The
Mills.
But
Jets suck
three guys
dick.
were drafted. The 3 rookies were drafted before him.
No, I agree. I'm not saying.
But what
I'm not
about
saying
Davis Mills with Houston?
Yeah, like
Really?
okay, those are
Really?
a little whatever. But that's what I mean. Leading all, that's his as far as leading all rookies. Trevor Lawrence is fighting for his fucking life. Hashtag R. Kelly. Actually, remix to Ignition has a totally different meaning now.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, you can't like the song.
It's so good.
You can't like it.
It's too late.
I love it.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Stop. Anyway, what are you getting at here?
I don't even know, dude. His fucking
But as I was saying, but like
his
I'm waiting-
if you're comparing him to rookie quarterbacks, this isn't a stacked rookie class because the rookies that are starting right now are starting for the Jets, the Jaguars, and Houston.
and the Patriots were
And the Bears.
off a 7-win season.
I'm just saying
My bigger thing is
those
not so
those
much-
teams are horrible
My
right
bigger
now.
thing with Mac, I'm not looking at his stats, and I know it's like, well, you should probably look at his stats, James. Like, well, yeah, no.
Could be leading the league and whatever, and then
But
25th.
I like to look at the
quarterbacks.
throws because I think people are forgetting with any rookie quarterback. It's like, okay, this is his first year. He as impressed we have been with Mac Jones, he still has a long way to go.
He still
Like,
has
peop-
to
people
manage
also-
the game and
To
shit
put
like
in
that. Like,
perspective, people forget Peyton Manning went 3-13 his rookie year.
yeah, I
So
didn't know
like
that
it's things
actually.
like that
Fucking A, bro.
you can't base it off of the rookie year alone. And the stats alone. I want to see what the eye test, and Mac Jones has passed the eye test, but it also shows he has still a long way to go. Like he is still 21,
23.
20. Oh wow, he's a little older.
He's
than I
our age.
thought.
Yeah,
Wow.
he played.
Well, 'cause-
he played 4 years in college.
Okay, but this is what I'm getting at, where it's like I don't want to so much look at the stats, even though yes, that you do have to look at the stats a little.
Yeah.
But look at what he's doing on the field, and then I get whatever like Mac Jones, I would say, is a microcosm of what this whole team is: young and inconsistent.
Big words today.
I know. I'm also a communications major.
Woo!
The fuck is
Well, yeah. So I just think the whole team is young, and it's gonna be good in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, we said all we can. It was a great win yesterday. That was big.
Great win.
Great. It was little last piece of it. It just also means that the win versus the Jets actually meant something.
The 50 burger.
It wasn't just a cool. We won that game. It built into a win versus a winning football team, which we were 0-5 against going into that game.
You want to know who sucks though?
The Boston Celtics are not going to make the fucking playoffs this year.
God, dude.
We
They are
look
brutal.
bad.
Dude, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as last season.
Yep.
The only
Like-
thing, the only leeway I give, it's so little, is new GM Brad Stevens. It's a transition year, and what pisses me off is we've been in transition years.
Yep.
Kid said microcosm.
But
no
I couldn't say
problem.
transition
Yeah.
for the past. When
It's a
was Tatum-
transgender year.
No.
We have to.
But it like ever since we drafted Tatum, it was that kind of thing where it's.
Yeah.
It's like we're 1 year
speaking
away.
of which-
We're 1 year away.
Speaking of which-
Every single
We're at year 5, right? 4, Tatum. 5.
5.
Speaking of which,
But my thing is like every year it's like we're 1 year away. We're 1 year away. Okay, well when you keep saying 1 year away every year, you're not 1 year away.
Tatum's the problem so far.
100%.
So far,
100%.
everybody else. Brown is playing lights out. Our defense is pretty decent. Jason Tatum is shooting horrible. He's shooting 27% from 3
Dude,
right now.
I don't know what.
I would like to make a statement actually because I did
It'll turn
recall
around.
a little while back saying in our group chat that I liked Jaylen Brown more than Tatum. I'm not saying he was more talented than Tatum, but I like his mentality, and I got a lot of crap for what I was saying. Because you're like, no, Tatum's a better player.
We are still early in the
'cause
season.
he-
I get that,
well,
and I do think
James-
my problem with Tatum is I feel like everybody is saying, oh, Tatum's the leader because he's the most talented. Where leadership-wise, I think Brown, leadership-wise, should be the face of it. I think he's a guy that can motivate the team better because he's stepping up. He's a dog. Where Tatum is...
I don't know if this was your take beforehand.
I'm now expanding upon it. I'll admit that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So I led into the beginning of what I said, and now I'm adding upon that.
Yeah.
But Tatum is just like... Brown goes in to play basketball games, and he's like, I want to kill you. I want to absolutely dominate and show you why I'm a good player. Where Tatum just shows up and goes, I'm good at basketball, and kind of just fluently can put up 50, which is great. He's not doing it right now.
That's where their talent separates.
And I get that.
Tatum can also drop 60.
And I get that, but Brown brings in that mental aspect that I just don't see. Tatum
but he's on the team, though. Regardless of what it is, he's already there. It's not like we need to add it.
And
no.
We need to figure out how the fuck it works.
But it's weird because it's like, who's the
Tatum right now needs to play better.
Who's the leader of the team?
Brown.
But
probably Marcus Smart.
If that's the case, you're gonna do nothing.
But my thing is, so you're saying Brown is the leader without a doubt.
I don't know.
But for the past 5 years,
what the fuck am I gonna
because everyone, to put in perspective, and I'm not saying they're these guys. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, clearly dynamic duo, but Michael was the guy. Yeah. And I'm not saying they're Michael. I'm not saying they're Michael and Scottie.
Right, we know.
But it's like, oh, here's the duo. But who does the team go to? Who are they?
Are we talking Chicago or
so you're
Celtics
saying
Celtics.
You're saying at the end of the game you want to put. So you're saying at the end of the game you want to put the ball in Brown's hands instead of Jason Tatum's.
But that's the thing where it's just like Brown gives me that confidence.
I don't hate the idea of giving it a try.
But here's the thing,
because I'm over this fucking
Tatum
mediocrity with the Celtics.
But you said like okay, but you said Jaylen Brown's like, oh, he's the leader. But every social media or media outlet goes, Tatum's the guy because he's the more talented player. But Jaylen Brown just brings that mentality.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm starting to get real sick and tired of Jason Tatum. Really because I've been waiting. This is now year 5. I've been waiting for him to like buy in to being a Boston Celtic. Look at this. Do it on your own because I've been a silent killer in this in the background.
You've said this
waiting for Jason Tatum to embrace the Celtics culture. I haven't, he doesn't, I swear to God, first of all, I saw him at...
He doesn't take the fucking tea?
No.
He never has Dunkin's. Never once have I seen it in his hands.
Whenever he shows up to places, he's never wearing, the love he has for St. Louis, because that's where he's from.
They had a basketball team. He's gone.
Oh, I know, but the love he has for that city, I'm looking for that here. Horford's not from here, but he got here, fell in love with it, and is all about Boston.
Side note: look at Verdejo.
Exactly. But that's my point. I've been waiting 5 years for this, and I just don't see him buying into it. Like when they, I think it was last year during the pandemic, it was just the stadiums were closed, and they had the banners on the ground, and the players were walking by. All the players, every photo was like this: Tatum, head down, walking straight. It's the little things. I'm like, oh well. People be like, oh right, don't use the little things. I'm like, well, the little things build up and become a big thing, and I only see that now.
See, I feel like in that one specific example of him walking by the banners, imagine if, once again, I'm not saying he's this guy, but if Kobe Bryant, they did that out in Staples Center back when he played. I feel like if he did that, he'd be walking by. I feel like people would be like, he's laser focused. You know what I mean? I feel like it is different.
Different dude.
I know what you're saying, and clearly, Kobe, once again, I'm not saying he's Kobe Bryant, even though he loves Kobe Bryant and wants to be Kobe Bryant, but he's not Kobe Bryant. It's just different players, I feel like, I guess that it maybe has a different impact.
He's starting to really irritate me because you have all the talent in the world.
He does.
You really do.
I mean, he'll play better than 27% from 3.
He's
starting off the season very rough.
What's their record right now? Have they played 2 and 3?
3 and 3.
So say they get to 10 games. Because 10 games is an eighth of the season. Okay, you only have 8 10-game windows until the season's done.
Wait, don't we play
82 games?
I thought it was 100. I'm thinking of baseball.
You're thinking of baseball. They only play 82 games.
Okay.
The first 10 games is a really big picture of what you're gonna do for the rest of the season. And right now, Tatum's playing absolute dog water, and it's like only half of 10 games, but like it's bad. Thank God Jalen is just the dog we know he is. But there is a funk about this team.
To put in perspective, Jason Tatum one time, they were talking to him, or it was Jalen Brown, I think it was Tatum. And you know how like everyone's like, oh, this duo, they're like best buddies and stuff. And one of them came out and said they're like, we're not really friends off the basketball court. Like we don't really hang out. And it's like, whoa. And I'm not.
Yeah, but Shaq and Kobe didn't hang out either.
I get that. That's also a different level.
I mean,
but I know what you're saying. Yeah. But like, you just want those guys to like have that chemistry, because when you're hanging off the court, and I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan, and I could be wrong in this quote, but like it was someone that said, it goes like, you need to build that chemistry off the court so it can be built on the court. And they don't hate each other. They have a mutual respect for each other is what it was, which I guess is kind of what Kobe and Shaq had. But once again, different level talent. We're talking 2 top 5 players compared to two unproven players,
right?
Who have talent but are unproven.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it is a lot of little things that add up where it's like, if you had to trade one of them, who would you trade?
Tatum. You'll get more return.
Agreed. I think you get more return, and I think it would solidify where it's like Brown is now the leader.
Brown's also like one of one as far as like he's probably the smartest basketball player in the league.
Yeah.
Also, if you
like, he is.
I think that'd be a little disrespectful to LeBron. Smartest.
Brown,
IQ?
Brown, yes, like IQ, like physically, like the smartest.
I think Brown's up there, like top 3.
Bro, Brown, like work. I know he had like an internship with like fucking NASA or something. Like
you're thinking IQ, like if you're talking basketball IQ, it's Brown.
No. I'm talking literal smarts, like physically, like book smarts, like
IQ,
fucking.
like,
Brown is that guy.
Brown
with the cow.
That's what I mean. Like Brown can do fucking a ton. Like as far as like being on the team, like I think Brown is a little more valuable, just in the sense that like I think he gets it more. He's
like I don't want the team to trade Tatum, but
if you had to choose one,
if you had to choose, and it's weird because he's the more talented player.
At this point, I'm getting really sick and tired of it.
Because I think Tatum, and once again, wow, a lot of take with grains of salt with today from me. I think he might be a guy like Kyrie Irving. Let me finish.
I'm thinking more mellow.
Well, let me finish.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving is super talented, right?
Yep.
Jason Tatum's super talented. Neither of them can be a number 1 leadership-wise. I think they're number 2. I think Tatum needs someone to step up and be like, I'm the leader.
What's the common denominator?
You know what I think? I think we really need, though?
Okay, let's relax.
No, I'm telling you. People don't win with Duke guys.
You know what I think we really need? That's fair. JJ Redick. Sorry.
Zion. RJ.
You know what I think really sucks, though? What I think they really, really need is I think we need a genuine point guard who's pass first.
If we
like, I loved Kemba, but Kemba's a scorer.
This is why I love Schroeder. By the way, I
actually don't
stand him.
I don't hate Schroeder right now because he's playing good basketball.
That's what I mean. I think he's been playing good because like LA offered him a big contract for a reason.
And he turned it down. Yeah,
he turned it down. Like his own damn fault. Like, don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But like they're going to give him that much money because he's a good point guard. And also, if we're going to trade Tatum, put Marcus Smart in there too as a package deal. Get him out of here.
I don't know.
I can't.
But my problem
why though?
I can't do
His
it.
shooting has done nothing but improve. He's an on-ball defender who can guard 1 through 4.
Here's the thing: his shooting improved, but if you go from like hitting 2 out of 10 threes to 3 out of 10 threes, he improved. You're still trash though.
3 out of 10, 300 is not bad.
It's being generous, Kyle.
He's shooting.
Listen to what I was saying.
No, my thing is, I don't think we should trade Tatum. I
don't
I don't think we should trade Tatum because
not yet.
Trade Smart first.
I don't want to get rid of Smart.
I don't think you get enough out of him. I don't think you'd get a lot out of Smart.
It's fine. I just don't want him around.
Why? I think he's a great person for the locker room.
I don't, dude. Didn't him and Jalen fight in the playoffs 2 years ago?
Yeah,
in the locker room.
Yeah, but I don't.
Because
we don't know
Marcus
the context,
Smart thinks
though.
he's Curry.
No.
Him hitting that buzzer beater to send it to OT was probably the worst thing that could have happened for the Celtics, by the way.
I don't know.
Because Marcus is going to be like, oh, I can just shoot every time then.
I will say Marcus Smart makes threes at the most random time. I feel like I've seen him do that so many times.
Pisses me off. I've never seen it.
I feel like he not exactly buzzer beaters like, oh wow, like that. But I just feel like
just fucking dies on camera. Are you okay?
I got something in my throat right now.
Are you gonna die on camera?
No.
Great view.
I was gonna say we'll fucking take off, dude.
Start the editing. But no, Marcus Smart. I feel like throughout the whole game, he won't make a single three, but then like in a clutch moment, he will. I think it's
Dude,
anytime I watch it, I feel.
But that's what I mean. He'll take those shots in those moments. And you're like, don't shoot them. I'm not saying he makes it all the time, but like, it's
No,
like
me either. But I feel like that's when he makes it, which is weird.
it's like, but that's not the right. Like
He's not the
play.
guy.
That's not the right
He's
play.
not
That's
that
my
guy.
point. But to be fair, that was the correct shot to take at the end of the game there. Because first of all, you had to, but also
No, there's no other option. At
exactly.
That point.
I'd really rather Schroeder in there. To be completely honest with you, I think he's more dynamic to his game.
Schroeder, I like as we'll see. We have to start winning fucking basketball games. We've had a lot of close ones, but like Tatum needs to shoot better.
He just broke it down.
Like, yeah,
We gotta start winning.
We
That's how we get better.
well we've had a lot of close. We had a double overtime. We lost to the fucking Wizards. Like,
I'm frustrated with the Celtics.
There's a couple games.
One year away.
I don't know.
1 year away.
My biggest takeaway so far from the season is if Jason Tatum regresses, which he has so far, then we're fucked. We are so fucked.
You gained all that muscle and you're not going to the basket.
I just don't think he cares.
I just want to see.
This is what I mean. I don't think he gives a fuck about the Celtics.
Which is weird though. He signed a fat. Well, I guess that you kind of have to after because whatever anyone offered Tatum.
You're a restricted free agent.
I think he leaves once his contract's up.
100%.
I think Tatum is out of Boston.
And guess
like
where
that.
the fuck he's gonna go? Look to your right.
Stop it.
He's gonna go there.
Could you imagine?
He's going to LA.
Back to Duke.
He's going back to
He's
Duke.
gonna be a coach because he tore his ACL. Like,
Oh, come on, man. You don't want to hear that.
But if you're going back to Duke, he ain't playing.
It's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Hello.
Anyway, I don't want to see him. That would suck. Because
That would suck.
you know what happened?
But he's
as soon as he went to LA, he would fall in love with it. Oh god damn it!
going to LA.
Let's just trade him.
I'm telling
He's
you.
gone.
2 and 3. We're like, fuck it, we're done.
Can you imagine?
It's over.
Swear
It's
to
all
God.
over.
Save this clip because if we called it 4 years in advance,
Honestly, right, yeah, we can say
He is but he is whether it's LA or wherever. But like I think he's gone after this contract.
I do. Too.
Unless they start winning championships, which I don't see it.
Neither.
No.
not this year.
No. God, no. Unless every other team breaks all their knees.
We need Al Horford's contract to be goodbye.
No, we need Al.
No,
whoa. Al's been.
He's been good. Don't get me
Al's
wrong.
been-
I love Al. I'm just
Al's
saying,
been-
money-wise, we need...
Listen, Al's been the best acquisition this offseason.
I love
Yeah.
Al.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
Whether
love
that
Al.
old man holds up is different, but I love me some Al Horford.
love
I really
Al.
do.
Fuck it, dude. Let's put in Peyton Pritchard. Let's watch this man put up 30 a game.
I love Al.
Gotta love Al.
Hi, Al.
He's like literally just...
Oh, actually, before we wrap up,
Okay.
this has to be said.
I know.
Rest in peace, Jerry Remy.
Yes. No. Yes.
That
That
I
that
woke
hurt
up-
me yesterday.
I woke up to that. That one really sucked. And I was listening to
I didn't realize he had cancer 8 times.
Yeah.
but like I was listening to Christian Arcand on 98.5 and he put it so well. He goes, it was his like 7th or 8th time with cancer and you just kind of just expected it to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, and
Well, it's when you just keep winning like that.
that's exactly, but like you want to talk about like especially like I know you didn't get into sports till later, but me and Kyle growing up loving baseball.
Jerry Remy
was that
my
voice.
childhood.
That was a pillar of like my
kind
childhood.
of like Gus Johnson.
That's a good one. But just that voice around Boston, dude. He had such an impact. Even CBS during the Patriots game, like a national televised game, said something about him dying. That's how iconic he was around here. It's just
He was the first and only famous person to ever follow me on Twitter.
That was
He followed you?
Yeah. He followed like hundreds of thousands of people
Oh.
though. But
it was just
Still kind of cool.
yeah.
it just sucked to like here. I was like, dude, that one really sucked.
I stopped in the middle of my shift.
I was just say
I'm like literally running around. Everyone's like, oh, and I'm looking at my phone and I'm about to get yelled at and I looked at my manager and I was like, Jerry Remy just died. He's like, oh.
the only nice thing is not that he died. I want to clarify that.
Yeah.
He got to throw out the first pitch at the Yankees Red Sox game.
Did he really?
Dude,
Yeah, the wild card
we
game-
walked in probably 5 minutes after that.
Oh, did you? Oh.
We parked in East Chuckafuck, though, so it's not.
Bro,
the moment.
Don't even get Kyle going because that was a whole process to find parking.
Thanks for
I was
joining
ready
us
to-
here today at Sports
But no,
Tap.
but yeah, but honestly, rest in peace, Jerry Remy. Had to be said. Iconic figure. Pillar of my childhood.
I did not realize he threw a first pitch. I'm actually salty as fuck.
Good job.
So
Good job, James.
thanks for joining us here on Sports on Tap today. If you do want to support us, we do have a merch store. The link will be down below. Also, if you'd like to comment, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, that'd be great. Thanks for tuning in.
This
Oh,
house
God.
sucks.